Some creators avoid confrontation. Speed runs straight toward it. From being called a monkey in New Zealand to harassment online, these are the moments he refused to stay silent. Which moment hit hardest? Now let's get into it. Speed was on a ride in Rotorua, New Zealand, doing what he does, bringing his audience along for the experience when young fans nearby allegedly screamed a racial slur at him, called him a monkey.
What'd you call me?
I didn't say anything.
You call me a monkey, bro?
I'm sorry.
Say sorry.
I'm sorry, Steve.
Where's your mom at?
She's at home.
She's home?
She's home.
And what did you say?
Oh, I said hello.
No, you did not. What did you say?
Yeah, you said you're a monkey as well. No.
You called me a monkey, bro?
Oh, no.
You was nice?
He said hi to you. Can I get a hug?
Yes, you can get a hug, bro.
Oh, yeah. I get fist bumps.
No, you don't get nothing, bro. Oh yeah, Lucas.
He didn't let it go.
What'd you call me?
I didn't say anything.
You call me a monkey, bro?
I'm sorry.
Say sorry.
I'm sorry, Steve.
Where's your mom at?
She's at home.
She's home?
She's home.
He walked straight up to the group, looked them in the eye, and asked directly, "Did you call me a monkey, bro?" No shouting, no performance. Just a man demanding that someone own what they said to his face.
Oh, I said hello.
No, you did not. What did you say?
Yeah, you said you're a monkey as well. No.
You called me a monkey, bro?
Oh, no.
You was nice?
He said hi to you.
The group backed down. The apology came. But what made the moment land was how Speed handled the pressure between asking the question and getting the answer. He didn't flinch. He stood there and waited, making it clear he wasn't moving until accountability showed up.
You can get a hug, bro.
Oh, yeah. I get fist bumps.
No, you don't get nothing, bro. Oh yeah, Lucas.
For his audience watching live, it wasn't just satisfying. It was a reminder that Speed, for all the chaos he brings to streams, takes certain things seriously. Being dehumanized is one of them. Ishowspeed left New Zealand with a moment that spread far beyond his usual audience. What waited for him in China was worse and stranger. During his China streams in 2025, a fan handed Speed a KFC bucket. Seemed normal. Then Speed looked inside and found a banana. Then the fan started making monkey sounds.
Air Jordan 1, Columbus, Travis Scott, you should take it, you should take it. Bro, you should take it.
Wait, driver, wait.
Wait, what? No, give it, right here.
I'm gonna give it.
Yo, open that shit.
Speed's stunned reaction, his genuine disbelief and pause before speaking, made the clip viral. He wasn't acting. He was truly shocked someone had brought a prop and approached him smiling.
You're gonna love it, you're gonna love it.
Fuck is
Out the
this?
way.
You're gonna love it, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
Wait, guys.
You're gonna love it.
Come here, motherfucker!
Speed, do you love this?
What Speed did was make it visible. He didn't swallow it or laugh it off. He put it on stream and let millions watch what had just happened. That moment of exposure did more than any confrontation could. And it wasn't the last time someone in China tested him. One fan later sat in front of a camera and simply said the words out loud. No chanting, no props. Just a short clip of a fan looking at the camera and saying, "I'm racist."
I'm so sorry about that. I am racist.
You said what?
I'm racist.
You're racist?
Yes. I hate things. I'm a nigger kid.
The straightforwardness of it was its own kind of disturbing. No performance, no plausible deniability. Just a person stating it plainly, as if it were a personality trait worth announcing.
Sorry about that, but
What?
I love your girlfriend because your girlfriend is white people. I love her.
What?
Yes, that's true. I'm so sorry about that.
Speed's reaction was the reaction, the disbelief, the processing, the moment where you watch someone try to figure out how to respond to something that shouldn't need a response.
Wait, I don't think you understand what you're saying. Do you speak English?
Yes, I am racist. I am racist.
What? What the fuck? Bro, hell no. What the fuck is she saying? What?
The clip circulated because of what it represented, a reminder that some of what Speed encounters on his world tours isn't ignorance or a bad joke. Some of it is deliberate, chosen, announced with confidence. Ishowspeed had seen racism planned around props and admitted to his face. In Bulgaria, an entire crowd took it further. During an IRL stream in Bulgaria, fans in the crowd began chanting something that hit Speed's ears as a racial slur. The debate came later. Some argued the word was niga, the Bulgarian word for book. Others weren't convinced.
What? Nick! Nah, this shit crazy, bro.
What wasn't debatable was Speed's face. He looked shocked. He tried to move past it. Then a boy in the crowd, when Speed finally confronted him and asked why they were chanting like that, gave an answer that stopped everything. Because they are racist.
Fucking thing! Bro, come here, come here. How you say book in Bulgarian?
Book? Bobolechka.
See?
Bobolechka.
Exactly! Why they talking about nigga?
Because they are racist, you know that?
I knew it, bro! No! See, that's crazy, bro! That's crazy!
Said plainly, no hesitation. Speed stepped back and entered a store, showing that sometimes the strongest response is leaving. The clip spread for its raw honesty and the real unspinnable weight on it. From a crowd chanting to a crowd throwing things, what happened in Bosnia showed how physical it could get. The moment Speed stepped out of the car in Bosnia, bananas were thrown at him. Not handed, thrown.
Welcome to Bosnia, bro.
God damn! The first minute of my stream!
The footage is hard to watch, not for Speed's actions, but for his familiar, tired expression, a recognition that this was planned. Someone thought about it, brought a prop, and approached him.
The first minute of my stream! God damn! And it's more than like chat.
He didn't disappear or cut the stream. He kept going, making endurance its own statement. In chaotic Bosnia, amidst a rowdy crowd, this moment of cruelty highlighted the cost of showing up, exposing how parts of an audience treat his presence as an invitation for harassment. What happened in Serbia showed that sometimes the chaos and the racism arrive at the exact same time. Speed had barely arrived when it started. Hundreds of fans, a chaotic crowd, and somewhere inside it, people making animal noises and screaming racial taunts at him.
Who said that? Who said that? Who said well? Who said that? Come here. Nah, come here, bro. Why you say well, bro? You be in my chat saying that shit, bro?
Yeah.
Why you say that shit? Stop saying well, bro.
Sorry, bro.
Swedish that, bro. Real talk, bro. Thinking that shit funny, bro.
Someone threw a gift. Inside it, underwear and a bra.
Fuck is this? Is this fucking?
Keep it all in that bag.
Bro, is these your mama panties? This nigga just gifted me his mama underwear. Oh hell no! Mama the.
A group was barking.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Then you like football, so put like a little football team. Okay. Right? What about that? Alright, what about...
Speed addressed it directly, pushing through frustration to call it out on stream while navigating a crowd that was simultaneously cheering for him and, in pockets, doing the opposite of welcoming him.
What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? What is wrong with you? Bro, is that your mama panties? No? Bro, what the fuck is wrong with him, bro? He just gave me his mama panties, bro. Bro, hell no. Bro, I should throw this ball to him, bro.
The contrast was its own kind of disorientation. The fans who genuinely showed up, and the ones who treated the moment as cover for something uglier. The Serbia stream became one of the more discussed stops on his international run, not for the content he made, but for what he had to move through just to make it. Some racism travels with Speed in a crowd. Some of it finds him alone in a car. Speed was live in his car when another vehicle pulled up beside him. The person inside called him the N-word and drove off before Speed could do anything but watch the car disappear.
What? The f you just say?
$4.99 through Super Chat.
What the hell?
That was the whole clip, and that's what made it hit.
What is wrong with you?
No confrontation or accountability, someone shouted from a car, sped away, leaving Speed staring at the empty space.
Get his face.
Show his f***ing face.
I'm gonna get his license.
The f***?
And donated $1.99 through Super Chat.
Damn, I didn't get a
Flight
face.
to PG. Woodburn.
The hell? the f was that?
He said what most of his audience was already thinking. The car was gone. The moment wasn't. It circulated because it was undeniable and unedited. A reminder that the racism Speed faces isn't only an international phenomenon on world tours. It follows him home, and some of it finds him on platforms built for anonymous connection. On Omegle, a Russian user said the N-word directly to Speed on a live call. No buildup, no context, just the word dropped immediately.
Russia.
Hi.
Hey, bro, you from Russia?
I'm from Russian, but I speak English.
Alright, hold on, I got a question.
Что сказать?
How do you say
nigga in Russia?
Speed's reaction tracked through disbelief into something sharper. The randomness of it, a stranger, a platform, no stakes for the person saying it.
Motherfuck!
Yo, how do you say nigga in Russia?
You nigga.
Motherfuck!
Yo, how do you say?
The clip spread quickly and became part of a longer conversation about what creators of color navigate on platforms designed around anonymity. The shield of a screen doesn't make the words smaller. Speed's face made that clear. Not every moment of racism Speed faced came with a slur. Sometimes it arrived dressed as a policy. In Germany, Speed was reportedly turned away from a car dealership when he tried to arrange a test drive. No formal accusation followed.
His car.
Is this yours? Huh? Oh, my fault. I'm sorry. My fault. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's what I mean. Hey, I'm looking. Hey, look though. I can buy this? Huh? I can buy this?
If you can.
You selling it?
Speed reacted on stream with genuine confusion, questioning the refusal, trying to make sense of it, not landing on a clean answer.
All right, that's what it says. Okay. Can I test drive it to see if I like it? No. Just around a. Okay. Well, how much did you buy this for? How much did you buy this for? Like when you first bought it?
I think we'll stop here.
Huh?
I think we stop here.
His audience landed on one faster. The clip sparked wide discussion about racial profiling, about what it looks like when discrimination doesn't announce itself, about the gap between a policy and the feeling it leaves behind. Speed didn't perform outrage. He just kept asking why. And the absence of a satisfying answer said enough. Speed doesn't stage these moments. They find him. He refuses to let them disappear, showing what it's like to navigate the world as a young black man with a camera. If this resonates, like, share, and subscribe for more.